So I want to ask you guys a question. Why is Shane van Gisbergen untouchable on NASCAR road courses? Well, at this point, he has 4 wins in 5 road course races. He's the first rookie in NASCAR history to ever pull that off. He's a 3-time Supercar champion from New Zealand, and he came to America and has absolutely made all the best stock car racers in the world look, well, mediocre by comparison. This is going to be a short story of Shane van Gisbergen and why he's rewriting the rulebook on NASCAR road racing. It all started in July of 2023. NASCAR had their very first street race in Chicago. You see, this was a brand new track. None of the NASCAR drivers have ever raced here. And not to mention, there was also weather thrown into this. So we have unfamiliar conditions on an unfamiliar track. And SVG was figuring out NASCAR at the same time. But by the end of the day, he wasn't just competitive, he was in a completely different league. He came from mid-pack, picked off drivers one by one, and took the win in his very first Cup Series start.
When he got to my back bumper, I felt like I pieced together a really good section, and I was like, I thought for sure I'd look in the mirror and I was going to be like 2 car lengths or something in front of it, and he was glued to my back bumper. I was like, holy shit, this guy is flying. So
that race wasn't just a fluke, it was a warning shot and would set the stage for what was to come. You see, SVG's secret weapon is his background. Before NASCAR, Shane was a superstar in the Australian Supercars Championship. It's a series where nearly every race is on the road course or some kind of street circuit, and these cars are heavy, powerful, brutally demanding, and honestly, they're very similar to NASCAR's next-gen Cup car. Years of driving on narrow, unforgiving circuits really honed his ability to break deep into the corners, manage tire wear, and find grip where others simply couldn't. A lot of the NASCAR veterans talk about muscling a car through a turn, having to do everything you can to get this big, huge, heavy car to turn. Whereas SVG, he finesses it. He's able to carry much more speed into each turn, and he doesn't burn up the tires while doing this. This is what really separates him from the pack. This means he's able to have his car last over a long run and still be faster at the end of each run. And when the field starts fading, Shane is still pushing like it's qualifying.
You know, as a driver, you don't want other, forms of motorsport drivers to come in and beat you at your own game, like Kyle said. But unfortunately, he's just really good. And this was my first street race, and I can't imagine how many he's raced.
But there's more to it than just how he steers and how he brakes. SVG races with calculated aggression. He knows exactly when it's time to push, when he has to save, and when is the moment to pounce. Trackhouse Racing owner Justin Marks says he's one of the few drivers that can think at the limit, making split-second strategy calls while driving flat out.
Risk versus reward, but as always, the people who do a better job than others tend to find their way to the front. You saw that today with Shane. He was in a league of his own, and in my opinion, put on a really big-time clinic. And I don't want to speak for everybody else, but he made me look bad, and I kind of think the rest of us too. But
this mental edge is really something that sets him apart and means he rarely makes big mistakes. His crew chief calls him a machine, and the result, well, at Watkins Glen this year, he won by 11 seconds, which is basically a lifetime in NASCAR. I mean, he was doing burnouts in turn 1 before second place even crossed the finish line. Now this year in 2025, with Shane being a full-time NASCAR driver, the results are pretty staggering. 4 wins in the first 5 road course races. Victories at Mexico City, Chicago, Sonoma, and Watkins Glen. Matching legends like Darrell Waltrip and Martin Truex and even Chase Elliott in road course wins in less than 2 seasons. And with each race, he's not just winning, he's making the competition look like they're chasing a totally different formula. Oh, and let's not forget, Sonoma and Watkins Glen have been on the NASCAR schedule for decades. So it's not like he's just winning at courses that he has equal or more experience on. He's going to tracks that some of these drivers have been racing at for the majority of their lives. Here's the thing, SVG's rapid rise as a title contender isn't just about talent. You see, it's NASCAR's current playoff format that really has made this possible. In the old point system, a road course specialist might win a few races in their career, but still be buried in the standings each year. Today, one win can lock you into the postseason, and multiple wins can turn you into a serious championship threat, even if most of your dominance is just on these handful of tracks. That means that SVG's road course mastery doesn't just earn him trophies, it could actually earn him a solid chance at the Cup. Now, let's not kid ourselves, he still is not great at ovals. But keep in mind, this guy's only been doing this for the last few years, and now he's shaking it up with the best that NASCAR has to offer in the Cup Series. And finishing mid-pack at this point in his experience is actually very impressive. You see, NASCAR's next-gen car was designed to level the playing field between oval specialists and road course ringers. In theory, it should make it harder for outsiders to dominate, but here we are. SVG flipped the script, proving that elite road racing fundamentals combined with adaptability and racing IQ, it can still leave the absolute best NASCAR has in the dust. From Auckland to Daytona to Sonoma, Shane van Gisbergen is proving that great drivers don't just adapt, they transform the sport they enter. The question really isn't if he's going to keep winning road courses, it's how long before the rest of the field catches up. And if you ask me, it's already too late.